Now, it's my pleasure to have with us on the program the Senior Associate Editor of American Hunter Magazine, Mr. Kyle Wintersteen. And Kyle, thanks so much for coming on the program this evening.
Thank you, Cam. Happy to be on.
Glad to have you with us. I ran across a story today, and it reminded me of something that we had mentioned recently, but I hadn't really gotten into. Food prices in this country have climbed 3.9% from just a month ago. And at the same time, I noticed that last year, the NSSF reported a 3.6% increase in the number of hunting licenses. In both cases, the rise in food prices, that's the highest jump since 1974. And the 3.6% increase in the number of licensed hunters, that's also the largest increase since 1974. Kyle, I'm wondering if there's not some sort of correlation here.
Well, I think the numbers certainly bear that out. I think that, a lot of people joke that nobody hunts because they're hungry anymore.
Mm-hmm.
But every time we see a downturn in the economy, we learn that really isn't true. You see that hunting license sales go up because people really want an alternative to expensive groceries, and they're looking for an inexpensive form of recreation, and hunting certainly fills that bill.
Absolutely. And so I'm wondering if you can help us out here, because I'm sure we've got folks who are listeners tonight who may be gun owners, but who have never hunted before, who are interested in getting into hunting. But, if you're an adult, Kyle, and you didn't hunt as a kid, it can be, I think, somewhat daunting or intimidating to try to figure out where to get started. I mean, what's the best way to get into hunting as an adult who's never hunted before?
Well, I think if you have a parent who you grow up hunting with, that's certainly the easiest way. However, it doesn't necessarily have to be the way. If you have a friend or maybe even someone at work that hunts, and you want to just give it a try, approach them, and I find that hunters almost 100% of the time are more than willing to help other hunters get a leg up and a start. I know most recently a friend from college contacted me and wanted to get into hunting, and we got his hunter safety course and took him hunting, and got him a start. Now he's an avid waterfowler.
Really? Is there a particular type of game that you recommend that novice hunters start out with?
I like to keep it nice and simple. Small game is a great way for people to get in. I think a squirrel hunt is a nice way for people to go out and develop their woodsmanship. And squirrels are a lot more savvy than people sometimes give them credit for, and they're a great way to start people out and then build up to big game.
Okay. All right. Now, obviously, American Hunter is a great resource for people who want to get into hunting, and you guys have a very robust website these days too, don't you?
Oh, absolutely. And there's resources there for people to find information on state game departments and hunter safety courses in their state, and mentor programs as well. So that's a really good point. But we have seen such an increase in, you mentioned that 3.6% jump we've seen. That equates to well over 500,000 people. That's significant, and I think that certainly you bring up a good point in that the economy is playing a factor, and we're not just seeing an increase in hunters, but an increased participation rate among those hunters. Hunters are spending, for instance, 20 to 40% more time afield now than they were in the early 90s. So all good signs for those among us who want to see a robust group of hunters.
So do you think the reports of the demise of hunting in this country are premature?
Well, I think that the people who would want to get behind the anti-hunting movement, this has to sort of give them ulcers, because we're seeing that since 1991, for instance, the number of waterfowlers and deer hunters in this country have been remarkably stable, and those people are heading afield more. The only group where we're seeing any decrease at all is really kind of one of the my favorite forms of hunting, which is small game, and there's a variety of reasons for that. But the bottom line is that hunters have been stable. Most recently, they've been increasing rather greatly, and participation rates are way up.
Now, one of the other questions I know we're going to get here is access to hunting lands. How easy is it in most states, Kyle, for the novice hunter, who's going out there with somebody, let's say in a state that has an apprentice hunter program? How easy is it to get access to hunting land? Do you have to deal with private leases, or do most states have public hunting land available?
I think it really varies by state. I think a lot of states have done an excellent job with their walk-in programs, which enable hunters to hunt private land, whereby the state gives that private landowner a flat fee, and they essentially allow anybody who wants to just pull up and hunt to do so. And there's some states have more walk-in areas and public land than others. However, one reason we got my friend who's a waterfowler into hunting is because rivers flow through even suburban and really urban areas. So if you want to get started with waterfowl, if you want to get started hunting and you live in a city, waterfowl is one really great way to get into it. Living here just outside of D.C., I do quite a bit of hunting, almost within a binoculars view of the Washington Memorial. So it's
really
kind of a neat deal.
Wow. All right. I'm hanging out with you, Kyle. Hey, listen, man, I appreciate you coming on the program, sir, and look forward to talking to you again very soon.
Yeah, thank you, Cam.
Kyle Wintersteen with us, the Senior Associate Editor of American Hunter Magazine.